Some of you may have noticed that we've taken a turn in our content. We've been on YouTube over 10 years. There's a lot of people, vlogging seems to be one of those things that almost everyone could potentially be interested in. And so I'm going to talk about our channel today and try to help give some insight to some people and kind of explain what direction our channel's taking. But we're still who we are. We're still doing the abroad thing. We're still here in Mexico. We still have family in Ecuador. And I'm sure the mainstream Retire Abroad media is letting out a sigh of relief. We're probably just a little pesky fly that keeps buzzing and won't go away. And now we just said we were going away, so I'm sure they're happy. Unfortunately, it doesn't do very much good for the industry because that whole industry needs an enema. Channel gone forever. They say that if there's any one bad thing you could do on a channel, it's to change direction midstream. And we've done that so many times now on our channel that it's just basically killed the channel. Now, you know, I realize that there's a lot more to it than that. I've watched channels, you know, the people that run the channel are instrumental to how that channel plays out. And it's a real challenge sometimes in certain niches to want to tell people everything about the niche without leaving anything out and kind of warn them about the pitfalls of certain things. But in so doing, you automatically exclude yourself from a certain percentage of your viewership because you start funneling yourself into a lower and lower percentage, a sort of core audience, if you will, of people that do want to know everything. And so your audience begins to shrink because it's a minority, and then the majority really don't want to know all of those things. They just want to be, you know, they just want to hear the good parts. You know, I've had past friends, emphasis there, even do it and say that they wanted to be encouraged into doing something after I started telling them the pros and the cons. And so there's you know, there's always that aspect of it.
When we say the cons, we don't just say the superficial cons of things. We talk about things that nobody else does, so we're the only ones that talk about those things.
Hold on, that's a different aspect of that conversation. I mean, in more detail, it's become a fad, however, lately. In the beginning, there wasn't anybody doing that. There was only a few people doing that. But after it became a fad to say, to appear to give the negatives, in other words, there are different degrees of negatives, and how you do it on a channel is you only make one video like that out of, say, 1,000 videos or 300 videos. You only do one or two. Whereas on our channel, we are continuously telling people the whole story on a regular basis, and that appears to kill the channel. So you've got that factor that kills the channel, and then you've got changing in midstream, changing your content in midstream, just because of our life changing. And it's not just that our life is changing, but events are changing around the globe. Ever since 2020, there has been such a huge change that we ourselves have announced on this channel that we were no longer traveling. And so we still had a few stragglers around that wanted to travel, but then I think we've pretty much flushed almost all of them out at this point in the last 30 days, and that's pretty much just killed the channel. And so we're like starting all over after being on YouTube for like 12 years. So if you wanted to know how to kill your channel, that's how you do it. No, Frank, I want to know how to have a successful channel. Well, just don't do all of those things and you'll be on the right track. And so I'm taking a different tack here, and we're going to talk more about all of the things that we've been talking about in the last couple of weeks. We're going to stress a little bit more on that. But no worries, we will always have a frame of reference in our memory to refer back to our travels abroad and our experiences abroad. It's just that it won't be our main focus. But we're still who we are. We're still doing the abroad thing. We're still here in Mexico. We still have family in Ecuador. And I'm sure the mainstream Retire Abroad media is letting out a sigh of relief. We're probably just a little pesky fly that keeps buzzing and won't go away. And now we just said we were going away, so I'm sure they're happy. Unfortunately, it doesn't do very much good for the industry because that whole industry needs an enema. But hey, you know, that's what flushed out all the remaining Go Abroad people that used to be on our channel. But you know, it's just that going abroad itself isn't the problem. It's the way that the go abroad, the act of going abroad isn't the problem. It's the industry that's the problem, and the people that are in the industry. Just like any other industry. Well, you look at since 2020, how many industries have been basically, I mean, how many examples could we come up with of whole companies that have just totally gone nuts and berserk and are just wacky people that you would never want to be doing business with? You know, I mean, just case in point, look at FTX. Who'd have known that the people, you know, at the top of FTX were just wacky, I mean, when you look at these people that were running FTX, they look like, I mean, they look like some guy from a bad neighborhood. I mean, it's not somebody you would be doing business with, you know. And you look at them and it's like, and this guy was running $1 billion company. I mean, so here we are after 12 years starting all over again with our channel. So we are Retire Early Lifestyle, you know, as soon as possible, and we say forever and now. And we're smart, frugal, not too minimalist, but only practical minimalist to the point where it helps you achieve whatever it is that you're attempting to achieve. And so I call it practical minimalism. And we'll delve a little bit into things like what I said in the other video about the best side hustle and little things like that. So anything else you would like to hear, let us know in the comments. So I appreciate you all out there, all the viewers. I appreciate you all. Thanks for coming to the channel. Have a wonderful day.